Good morning, and thank you that you are here at this little Take a Stand presentation. Thank you for introducing me, Luno. So my name is Fruzsina Szép, and I'm the festival director of Lollapalooza Berlin. It's an open-air festival in Berlin that takes always place in the second weekend of September. And I'm also a board member of Europe, the European Festival Association, which is an association that gathers over 100 festivals all over Europe, and we have also associated members that are made like ticket companies or music export offices or conferences, like for example also Eurosong Nordislag or the ILMC. So that's Europe, and I'm a co-initiator of Take a Stand, and Nuno, first of all, really big thank you for inviting me, for giving Take a Stand and also Europe the possibility to be here in Guimarães at your very nice conference. It's the first time that we are in Portugal with this initiative, and that you know what this is. I prepared a little presentation so I understand a little bit more why we do this. When I speak we, it's always I speak for Europe, because this initiative, Take a Stand, it was created by us, by the board of Europe, and with the agreement of all our festival members. And this presentation is like more of, well, I stand here in front, but I would welcome you to ask questions already, during the presentation, also if you don't understand something, but also at the end there will be also enough time to ask questions. So my dears, so Take a Stand, it's first of all we launched it in 2017, and it was the idea was to start a campaign within the music industry to create awareness for actually very human topics. And you will maybe think that the things I will say, that's actually, we live that every day, or these things are maybe some very romantic thoughts to talk about respect and peace and tolerance, mutual understanding, open-mindedness, our European values, the human values. But when we started this initiative, it's actually it was a very personal thing, because and allow me to say this. I mean, I was so many colleagues are here from also European events or European festivals, or working in the music industry. Also friends like Nuno or Ruth, Ellen or Nikki, and many of us, we are the Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts in our countries, and we believe in things, and those values we share these values. They're very common, and many of us, we are trying since many years, I would say since over 20 or maybe even more years, to have a strong voice also in Brussels at the European Commission. Not that we are not politicians, and it's not our duty to tell these people what to do, but we would like to give them some help in order to understand better the needs of the music industry. So for many years since many years we are lobbying. We go to Brussels, we talk to these people, we try to make them understand that the live industry needs also support. And there is also a program that is called Music Moves Europe nowadays, which will hopefully the outcome will be that soon there will be an own music program grant, so that there will be a strand for the live industry to be able to apply for bigger amounts in order to help and assist the live industry. This exists in film already since many years. So, and in 2016-17, it was about the moment that we felt that this idea of Music Moves Europe will go through, and that the European Parliament will say, yes, we're going to do it, and there will be a big pot of money for the music industry. But sadly, in 2016, in November, this presentation in Brussels did not succeed. It was not done by us, it was done by people working in Brussels. But it was November 2016 that we received the message that it did not go through. So Music Moves Europe, the program, was not elected yet. And I got really upset that so many colleagues were working on this project already. And I just simply don't understand, why is it not working? Why are these people in Brussels not listening to us? Why they don't take us seriously? Because the music industry in Europe, we are a very big industry. It's not too many people working in this really nice industry, but we are a strong industry. We give many jobs to hundreds of thousands of people. So, and then we decided, okay, there are two ways. Shall we give up and say, we don't do any more lobby, we don't want to go to Brussels, and we don't want to talk to these people anymore because we are not heard anyway? Or we say, yes, we will continue and we will do something on our own, just to give a little sign that, hello, the music industry is out there, the festivals are out there, and we are big enough to show you that we are strong. And we want to show all our visitors what are our values, how do we think Europe. So that was that's how the idea came. And while we were sitting with two very good friends of mine in a little restaurant in Berlin, these two people are called Manfred Tari and Christoph Huber and me, and we were like thinking, and I was constantly saying, yes guys, but we have to take a stand, and we have to, so I can get a little bit
carried away.
by emotion, so to say. And then, and these two wonderful men, they were sitting in front of me and they were like saying, yeah, Fruzsina, but that's it. You already say it. So we should name this, we should do a campaign that we call Take a Stand. Ta-dam! And we ordered a beautiful bottle of good red wine, and we cheered and said, okay, that we will do that. But when I also say there's always an idea, but then if we do it with Europe, we have to present it to our members. So in January 2017, when we always have our members meetings at Eurosonic Noorderslag in Holland, in Groningen, then there I could present this idea of take a stand, and of this, actually, you have this, our philosophy on these postcards. It's very easy, it's very simple. It's time to take a stand for Europe, and indeed for the whole world, to create a movement encouraging social cohesion in our society, promoting awareness and tolerance for all cultures, genders, races, religions, sexual orientations, colors and origins, to motivate people to participate in politics and social activities, speaking up for peaceful dialogue, humanism, tolerance and mutual understanding, to make the world a better place for every single individual and for all of us. So that was the message that I kind of also could present in January 2017 to our members. And they said, yes, let's do that, because we are doing that anyway on our festivals, on our conferences. But we should have this campaign, we should have a platform that all of us can use and show it to our audiences, to a brighter audience, to the people that are coming to our festivals. And those people, we are saying it's about more than 100 million young people or young Europeans that are visiting during each summer season our festivals. So it's something that we should not underestimate because it's a gigantic crowd. And by now, since 2017, we have 130 festivals that joined the initiative Take a Stand, including promoters, associations. And these are all partners from 24 countries already. And with Take a Stand, we could contribute already in 30 conferences, such as panels and presentations. So if you see, it's now it's April 2019, and only in 2 years' time, we could manage so much, and it's such an amazing feeling that more and more people, also individuals, want to be part of this and want to join, because they say, yes, you know, these values, that's how I also live. What can I do as an individual to make the world a better place, to be as, you know, as simple and as romantic and as naive as we can be. So this is, for example, a short video that we created. This is also something for download on our website. And this is a video that so in summer 2017 and 2018, many big open air festivals showed on their big screens between, for example, the changeovers on stage or before the headliner played on stage. It's a very short video, and it was, you know, it's understandable for everybody. But to see such a video, you know, on the big screens in front of a headliner, that is a very big communication power. And this is also on our website, on the Take a Stand website, and also what Nuno mentioned, that was also the idea that everything that we create with Take a Stand should be available for everybody. So that's why we, within Europe and with our friends and colleagues, we created the logo, the text, and we uploaded everything on the website. So, for example, like Westway Lab could download these things and produce them on their own. Because that's also the idea, that every festival or every conference that participates, you decide what you would like to take from Take a Stand. It's not me and not my colleagues. Nobody wants to tell you what to do or what to present. It's about you, because you know your market the best. You know your people. And this is, so that's the festival I'm in charge of. That's Lollapalooza Berlin. This is just that you see some images of which festivals are part of our network. That's the Roskilde Festival in Denmark. You see, for example, they also on their screen, so they showed also this little video what I showed you before. Then we have the Exit Festival in Serbia. They are also one of our partners of Take a Stand. Then the Sziget Festival in Budapest, Hungary. Then the Open Air Frauenfeld in Switzerland. That's the biggest hip-hop and urban R&B festival in Europe. Then the Wacken Open Air. It's the biggest heavy metal rock festival in Europe. And how do we do it so that you understand more like how we as a festival or how we as a music industry are involving Take a Stand in our events? Because, as I said, you know, we are really living this world, this utopia already. If we are working in the, like people like work, that's my experience, that people working in the music industry, working in the festival industry, they are really open-minded people. They are open to share. They have this driving force. Yes, I do this because this is my passion, this is my love. Although many times it's very hard work. Many times you're not successful already in the first year or in the first 5 years. Many times you have to even invest your own private money to get things going. Many times you feel like you're so alone and nobody understands you. But you have this inside of you, you have this passion, you have this, this is a love in this industry that we share. And this is in a very utopic world. But the good thing is when sometimes we feel that, oh, nobody understands me, then oh yes, but I have my friend Ruud in the Netherlands who understands me. I have my friend Nuno in Portugal who understands me. I have my friend Ellen in the UK who understands me, or Nikki in the UK who understands me, and many others. So you feel you're not alone. But it's an utopia, it's an utopistic world. So it's about social cohesion. It is about culture exchange without borders. It's about creating awareness and tolerance for all cultures. It's about genders and sexual orientations. It's about races and colors. It's about religion and origins. It's about peaceful dialogue. It's about humanism and mutual understanding. And how do we raise attention and awareness for these values? That was actually, when we started Take a Stand, this was a really complex and interesting conversations that we also had with our other festivals. Because how to include these human values into a festival. Also in a way that our visitors, they don't look at us like, oh my God, this is such a boring topic, and now they want to teach us something. Oh, we are here, we actually come to your festival because we want to have fun. We don't want to be taught again. We don't want that people tell us what to do, because we have that in our everyday life. So, what we did is, for example, this is from the Roskilde Festival, and they had, so this was a text that they created themselves, using our text, like our basic text from Take a Stand, but that was how the Roskilde Festival imagines Take a Stand and how they imagine their utopia. Imagine a festival without opinions, a place that doesn't dare speak about social, humanitarian, or even political issues in the world around us, because there could be a consequence. That's a reality for some of our festival colleagues today. And for those, we want to express solidarity and show that we dare to take a stand, that we dare express our opinions together with our audience. At Roskilde Festival, you can always be free. And you should be free. At any festival, just like any festival should be able to express whatever it wants. We now open the doors for thousands of festival goers. We want to create a safe space for opinions and attitudes, giving voice to whatever urging message they have on their mind. Take a Stand is a joint initiative by the European Festival Association of Europe. Roskilde Festival is proudly joining in. And and this message was spread around the festival. They use these, how do you call the, where you have commercials on these, I never know this word in English, these round columns. Do you know the right word in English for that? But when also on the streets where you have commercials.
Billboards?
Billboards, thank you. Hooray!
Well,
yeah. So they had this on billboards around the festival, and they had this also in their program book, and they even did a post on Facebook and on their Instagram account with this message. So imagine the impact of, this message reaches really millions of people, and maybe not all these millions are reading it. But it's we really believe with Take a Stand, if there's at every festival or at every conference, if there's one soul that feels that, oh, I'm so much connected to this philosophy, then we actually achieved our message with Take a Stand. This is a presentation from the Ruisrock Festival in Finland. So they even did a video. Then this is a post from the Winterthur Musikwochen. They did this. They did even like a cool. This was like a performance that you could put this plastic bag on your head, and you become so so all faces are the same. You know, this was kind of a message that they wanted. They did not tell it to the people, but obviously you understood immediately, and it was a very cool initiative. It was like a workshop. They did a Take a Stand workshop, and it was very, very well received. Then this is something also what the Roskilde Festival did, asking the people to join in to do this human installation, and they used the word equality. But it was also under the Take a Stand banner, or under the Take a Stand projects that they did at the Roskilde Festival. Then a wonderful festival, really, at the Exit Festival. They last year they were so it's Exit Freedom. Every year they have like a philosophy, a message that they spread. And was it last year, Nikki, or two? Yeah, last year it was freedom, and they did it also because of they wanted to show that. So that's something which is so important. I mean, if you know the Exit Festival, where they started and how that team works, and they're in Serbia, you know, for them all these, so freedom, respect, tolerance, it's in their DNA. You know, they live it, they fight for it, and they still have to fight for it nowadays. And not only Serbia. I'm born Hungarian. I forgot to tell you that. Maybe you thought, oh, she has a very strange name. But I have to. I'm not living in Hungary, but my roots are there. And at the moment in Hungary, we have such a bad local political power. So the word freedom, we have to say it out loudly as many times as we can. And we live in 2019, but we really want to move on and move on to 2020 and 2021, and not step back to 1956 or to the years of. Anyway, I have to stop myself because I become very emotional if I talk about this. But that you understand, freedom, for example, for the Exit Festival is still there. That's why they use it, and that's why they do actually a lot of very cool initiatives under the umbrella of Take a Stand at the festival. Then this was an initiative that I did at Lollapalooza. Last year we have an area that is called Der Grüne Kiez. It means the green neighborhood, and it's our area only for green initiatives, for sustainable initiatives, for social projects. And we have also a little stage, and we are doing some workshops there every day. And here we did a very cool workshop on like a presentation on Take a Stand. This is our very nice moderator. That's Christoph Huber from Europe, and he's also the festival director of Open Air St. Gallen. That's Jan Kiel. He's in the team of the Wacken Open Air Festival in Germany. And that's a very, very great musician and friend living in Berlin. His name is Fruzsina Szép, and he has a festival in Berlin called Piece by Piece. He himself is a refugee coming from Eritrea. Here you see, again, these are images from Lollapalooza last year. We had like a photo booth. You could take a picture of yourself, leave a message, and send this picture immediately to your friends, or post it on your Instagram account or on your Facebook account. And as you can see, I never thought that, you know, it would. I hoped it would work, but there was a constant queue in front of this little photo booth during the whole day. And I have to tell you honestly, we had many actually other much more cooler, trendy stuff going on at the festival, you know, with maquillage, schminky stuff. But the people were there, and they loved it, and they were participating, and they were queuing to have their own take a stand picture. Then this is also the Kultursommer Festival, you know, the one I showed you with the paperback. They also had an installation that they did. They did also visual performance with they called it 5 minutes to take a stand. And they had, during the night, they had a 5-minute long, very cool visual installation that was just there at the background. But that's also a way then they cooperated with some local artists to create that. This was the Open Air St. Gallen in Switzerland. So that's in front of one of the stages. And it was actually very, very crazy time. It was 10 a.m. in the morning. And we thought that, you know, there will be nobody. There will be only us talking. But as you see, there were really people coming. And they wanted to listen what Take a Stand was about. And here's Christoph, and he was actually, it was a very cool conversation because it was more a conversation with the people, with the Swiss, with his local audience, because he wanted to know, what are you guys, what do you want from us, from the festival, in order to represent these values? Is this too boring for you? Do you want that? Shall we do that with a festival? Be political, include topics like this? And I have to tell you honestly, my dears, it was really 10 a.m. in the morning, but it became such a good conversation with the crowd. And they were proactive, and some of them they said, yeah, well, actually it's boring, but it's actually pretty cool that you do this. I mean, it's cool that you ask us. And yes, and at the end of the conversation, it was, they came to, well, not to me, but they came to Christoph and they said, how can we help you? I'm a student from wherever. How can I help you to get this message heard? And that was, you know, that's actually that's what we want to achieve. That people start talking about these topics, and in their own communities, and believe in these human messages, in these European values that we all have, but we tend to forget. That again, that's at Open Air St. Gallen. It was, and here we are trying more and more to involve some bands, some artists, which is now kind of for us with Europe and with Take a Stand. It's like our next step. And Passenger was one of the artists that played last year, and he was so cool because he agreed that before of his show he will be on stage and ask the audience to turn around and make a picture together with Take a Stand. You know, and how cool is that an artist, obviously he had to understand what it is, but how cool that an artist like Passenger said, yeah, I will motivate the people. And he was even reading our text. He was reading the philosophy, the idea behind Take a Stand. And he said, everybody who feels that this is something you think it's cool, it should be supported, please turn around and let's make a picture together. This was a festival, it's called Das Fest in Germany, and they had also a great, they did pictures. These are only German bands, but like big German acts, maybe not known here in Portugal, but these bands and these faces are in the German media very much known. And they all said, oh, this is a cool initiative, we take a picture, you can spread it, we want to spread the word. That's also Das Fest, so it's still this German festival, it's in Karlsruhe. And that was a very it was a very deep project because Babylon is in Turkey, in Istanbul. And they did their own poster campaign. And for them, I mean, I think I don't have to start to talk about Erdogan here now in this round, but it's you know, it's not easy in Turkey. And for Babylon, they said that for them to take a stand to create this campaign was so helpful because they used us as the umbrella. They used us as their, you know, they're part of this movement. So that's the way how they could do this campaign. Otherwise, if they would have done it only as Babylon, they would have they had anyway problems that they did this. But if they would have done it only alone as the club, maybe they would have to shut down. That's the people of the club that told us. So for them, it was a help that they could do it under the umbrella of Take a Stand, under the umbrella of Europe, you know, that they are part of the European Festival Association. This is like when we go to conferences or to panels, we love to after the conference we love to take a picture of with the people who were with us or during the panel or listening to us, because we also have like an Instagram account and a Facebook page, and we send out these pictures. If you want, we can do this, but it's not necessary. But just to give you an example, so that people out there see, oh yeah, there it was again a nice bunch of people that were part of a Take a Stand presentation. Yeah, this was in Prague. That was 2 years ago. Nouvelle Prague. It's also a really nice showcase festival and music conference in Prague. There we had also the possibility to do a Take a Stand panel and workshops. And yeah, let's take a stand. So this is like our that's our philosophy. That's what we do. Those are the examples. What we stand for. What's our driving force. And thank you that you were listening to me. So now the floor is yours, my dears, to ask questions if you want. Nikki.
I'll ask one. So how can individuals get involved who maybe aren't part of a festival? You know, if maybe they work for a record company or they're in a band or something, or like me in a PR company working in this industry, how can individuals who aren't members of Europe help and get involved?
Very good question. It's actually very easy to so to say, because there are two ways. Either we are also contacted by individuals, and then we ask, for example, our partners in those countries that, for example, that individual comes from. Would you like to be linked, for example, to the Roskilde Festival people or to the Das Fest people, so that the local community, to make the local community stronger, because also many times these festivals, they would actually need some volunteers to help them to create the programs together on a festival or on a conference. That's, for example, one way, and that works already quite well. And the second way is that if you as an individual, you have, for example, your own community, and you say, okay, these values are important for me, I want to share this with my friends or my own community, and start maybe like my own little campaign with Take a Stand, but about the topic that is important for me. For example, cleaning a river in my city, or try to push for less plastic bags in shops or in my or to go, maybe even to go to a school and have some contact with some teachers or whatever, and say, could we talk to our own young people about, not necessarily about take a stand, but about these values. Are these values still with us? Are these values still in the heads? Or do we really think that's really not so important? Or maybe you create your own little event around that. Or you have an idea that could be adapted for other festivals or other conferences. Or you as a PR company, my dear, for example, if you say with your PR company, yes, I'm part of this philosophy because I work and I live like that, So this is also a way. Like, I tell you a funny story. We have also a lawyer who joined, like in Germany, but I got in. So he wrote me directly, and that he likes that so much. He would like to tell about this initiative to his clients. So, okay, what type of clients do you have? Yeah, companies, big ones, small ones. I do stuff also for Mercedes. Spread the word. We are super happy. He said that he thinks this is so interesting that obviously you cannot include this, every day or whatever. But he would like to spread the word, and if there may be some events that we all come together one day, that he would like to come. So at the moment we are not there yet to plan a gigantic conference where all of us come together. But it's so interesting, that also people that I would never thought of, that, a lawyer from Hamburg would say, I like that, and I would like to share this with my community, with my clients. So the way of being an individual supporter it has many, many different ways. And it is also, actually, you can also really come up with your own idea, or we can also develop things together. That's also a thing that Joanna, like yesterday when we talked, that maybe if later on that you say, okay, you would like to do in Guimarães something, but you still need some feedback. Could we exchange via email, or could we have a talk or whatever? Those things are also possible, because when Take a Stand, if you go also on the website, we have about 20 people now who we call Take a Stand ambassadors. You can become a Take a Stand ambassador. Joanna, you can become a Take a Stand ambassador, because these people are the ones that we also send around the world if you get invited to do such a panel. So it's not always me who's talking, or Christoph or Holger. There has been already at least 7 to 8 people talking and doing Take a Stand presentations. And also everybody does it in a different way, because maybe for you, Nikki, maybe it's a totally different topic. Maybe it's, whatever, don't do Brexit. Whatever. No, but really, so the topics can be very, very different. I think the most important thing is that it has a human value. The topic should have a human value. That is the most important message that we have.